Greetings and welcome back. Okay, yeah, so I messed up a bit and recorded the video, but not the audio, so I'm gonna have to voice over it. So yeah, we're playing as Augustus, yeah, industrious, imperialistic, it's fractal, yeah, choose religions, no huts, no events, so yeah, kind of standard game, really. So yeah, he's a pretty good leader, fishing, mining, which, sort of not the worst starting techs. Um, Mining is always useful, sort of if you're inland. And if you're on the coast, yeah, it's pretty good because you can start chopping workboats. Obviously, fishing is good. The coast can also be kind of useful inland as well, because you can work a lake, for example, which might be your only sort of early commerce. It's not great if your food is animal husbandry resources, though, which looks like might be what we have here. Um, but lots of combinations of starting taxa. Well, anything that doesn't have agriculture or hunting is not great with animal husbandry resources. So yeah, it's not a bad combo. His traits are good. Industrious, very good. Probably not quite sort of philosophical or financial level, but yeah, clearly good trait. Imperialistic, I sort of stick that in the clump with things like expansive, creative. It's good. Maybe it's at the bottom end of that sort of group. I don't know. It can be really nice. Cheap settlers can be the difference between getting a good spot and not getting the spot. So I like that. And industrious, yes, can be game breaking because the difference between getting a wonder and not getting a wonder it can be huge. And it's quite a nice combo in that you can go for an early wonder, basically the Great Lighthouse or the pyramids, and still kind of expand. So the opportunity cost for going for those sort of early wonders is lower, and you're less screwed if you don't get them. Okay, so it looks like I'm yeah. Okay, so now yeah, let's talk about the building. I'm looking for the forum, aren't I? Which I can't find. Yeah, okay. Forum is a market or a placement for a market, and you get 25% plus on or added to your birth rate of great people, which is pretty poor to be honest, because um, markets are very expensive. 150 hammers, so you're looking at probably 4 or 5 pop whip, and you're probably better off just not building it and working the population that you whip away to get a specialist. And you're only really likely to build it in the capital as well as a commerce building. And realistically, you don't want to be trying to get specialists out of your capital. You want it to be growing and just working tiles. So yeah, that's not very good. But then, as I often say, who cares really if the unique building is not very good? Because most of them, even the better ones, um, are not great. With the odd exception of things like the terrace, most of them don't really make any difference to 90% of games. Um, the Victorian is obviously really good. Um, if you have iron, not great on deity though, as a pure rush because teching for iron is bad. Teching iron working is bad. Okay, so we look like we're starting. So I'm thinking about the two plains hills, and I think what I end up deciding is that you keep the river and the floodplain with the plains hill along the river. So why wouldn't you go for that? There was nothing I think I could have done with the warrior move, which would have really helped me with my decision because the difficulty there was that I couldn't tell what I might be getting on the Plains Hill to the northeast. So yeah, I think it was always just a blind settle on that Plains Hill that I've moved the settle onto. And then yeah, we found Cow Riverside, which is nice, and it's also next to a city spot, which would be connected along the river. So that looks like an attractive place for for city number 2. And you know, there's something to be said for finding more animal husbandry resources, given that we're going to have to go for that anyway. Yeah, and you can also see the dry rice, which is not that exciting. Oh, okay, we've got the wheat. So I think that pushes me towards going to animal husbandry via agriculture rather than via hunting. Yep, so we found another potential city spot there for the, you know, the not very exciting dry wheat, but still early days. Yeah, not actually selecting agriculture, although we know that we will be going down that route because we might meet someone and you get a discount. Each person that you know who's got a tech reduces the cost of teching it by 5%. So, because you don't have to choose your tech until turn 5, yeah, you hold off from doing so in the hopes of meeting someone. But yeah, we haven't met anyone yet. So we turn 5. We're probably getting towards it, aren't we? I said crab. Okay, so that's, yeah, that making that place stand there look a little bit nicer. Thinking I'm probably about fog busting here, because that is where I want to settle. I think over to the west. Probably at least one of my first cities is going to go there, so we don't want anything to spawn if we can avoid it. So yeah, I think that's why we move the warrior there. Then we get the border pop, which is quite nice. Does a bit more fog busting. You go on the hill just because you can actually see better, and you can still fog bust all of that peninsula as well as fog busting a little bit further to the north. You see marble, which we like because we are, yeah, we're industrious. That's, I think, probably what was slightly alarming me at the moment was I'd not met anyone. Well, I guess it's still only turn 6, isn't it? But yeah, the sheep. You can see some definite good city spots here. And yeah, obviously we've gone worker first, which I should have said, but it kind of goes without saying. So someone's founded Christianity, which, yeah, I don't know, tells me maybe someone like Justinian's in the game. So I think we decide to run we run on, we go there. I think I'm trying to work out whether or not I've already got maximum fortified. I think, yeah, we move there, and you should almost certainly win. You do, yeah, move back. So yeah, Christianity, we could have Justinian, or we could have someone who, or Ella or whatever, or we could just have someone who doesn't have a preferred religion, like Monty. I think probably around this point I realised that I didn't check to see whether or okay, so I think here I'm trying to work out whether or not to improve the rice or the floodplain first. They're both for food, but the floodplain gets the extra commerce. Downside with the floodplain is it takes 7 turns to improve, whereas the rice takes 5. But the thing is that the rice, you take a turn to move towards it, and also it's further away from the pig. So I think I decide that I would improve the pig a turn later if I did the rice. So I would rather, yeah, take a turn longer improving the floodplain, so 2 turns longer to actually improve it, but I get there a turn earlier and get the commerce and be closer to the pig. So we go and we improve floodplain first. Obviously, knowing that I have done that means that I spent considerably less time explaining what I did than I did the first time around, because I'm clearly still thinking about it quite deeply. Yeah, sort of going back to Praetorians, yeah, they're not very good on deity for a pure rush, which I think I probably already said, because teching ironworking is bad. You can't trade it for anything because the AI always goes for it. So you tend to trade for it, and the trouble is that you don't really want to tech it hoping that you've got iron, so you just never know. And if you don't have it, you're in a pretty bad place. So if you want to sort of Victorian rush on deity, to be honest, you either need to just gamble on having iron, or you need to basically buy a map that you know has iron either in the capital or in the near it. So you get it with the second city. I think they're good for construction rushes. It's almost like having elephants if you've got iron. So I think what I was talking about there was whether or not to work the hammer tile rather than the floodplain while the floodplain was being improved. And the reason to do that is that you can tell that the land down at the bottom uh, is not very extensive, and that there's a good chance that if I got a warrior down there quicker by building the warrior by working the hammer tiles, I would be able to fog bust that before anything had a chance to spawn. But I think it would also slow down me getting animal husbandry because I would be working commerce. So I'm a bit reluctant to do that. So I start doing it there at the end as a kind of a bit of a compromise. Um, but unfortunately, as we will see, I don't think I got it quite quick enough, as far as I can remember. Is that right? Oh, I can't. And I also realised I should have gone left, so I could use uh, the trees, the forest, if I'm gonna as I push out, rather than going there. Because we're hoping to fog bust this bit before anyone arrives. Okay, all fish as well as the wine. Nice. And I'm pointlessly putting turns into, well, not pointlessly, but it's not super useful putting turns into a farm there, just because I want to be nearby pig. And I don't really, um, well, I don't want to move over to do rice. There's nothing else I can do. Uh, so that I guess I'm seeing if I can get animal husbandry a turn earlier, and I can't. I guess I quite like the 5 and 5 that you build the warrior and then you can immediately go to a settler. And because I'm imperialistic, I get a bit of play out of growing to size 3 and building the settler because you get to work an extra tile, and even if it's unimproved, you do get something out of it. Okay, so we move here, and then okay. So I wasn't fast enough, and there's already an archer there, so I'm going to have to work out how to deal with that guy. But the land is looking quite nice. It's all sort of blocked off as well down there. It's my land. Um, I think so do we go back because we know that that's fog busted by the archer and he won't come in yet? So I think I want to go and push north. Maybe I'm going to go northwest actually to try to protect the area that I'm looking to settle. I suspect I thought about mining pig, but it probably wasn't worth it given I was going for animal husbandry. So I would have then I might have finished it, and then who knows? Actually, thinking about it now, maybe for the settler it would have been better, wouldn't it? Because I was imperialistic. There might have been something in that. Interesting, actually. I did not think about that at the time. Yes, we go for the wheel because I think we decide that the problem here is commerce primarily. I've got decent production with imperialistic, um, and having gone for animal husbandry, I feel like I need to go to pottery before I go for bronze working because but then we meet because otherwise my commerce will be bad. But we meet Ragnar, who's not the worst person because he's quite aggressive, but he's also quite easy to get to. Um, Friendly because he likes hereditary rule. And then, having started going for the wheel, we've met Ragnar with a workboat, and we're almost Mr. Great Lighthouse because we're industrious. We start with the fishing and mining, and which means that you could go straight for sailing and straight for masonry, the two techs that you need. And okay, you're not organized like Roosevelt, so the lighthouse costs you more, but to be honest, the whatever it is, 30 odd hammers that you save on your settler is probably um, more use than the 30 hammers that you save on the lighthouse. So yeah, we now switch to sailing. I think the other thing to say, are we getting the imperialistic bonus there? No, we're not. Not. Um, because we're already working. Yeah, okay, but we'll get some food when that's done. But yeah, I think I would have gotten. I think I would have been able to build the what do you call it, the settler quicker if I had mined that. Which, given I think I don't really have anything to do with my worker now, I think I finished the farm. Maybe that would have been better play. Okay, yes, we shall. Aha, and then we meet um, uh, the Americans, Washington. Okay, yes, the other thing about the Great Lighthouse is that oh yeah, we've also got a horse, haven't we? Yeah, so I've decided that maybe I want to settle for that in the first ring. So yeah, we would settle on the river. We settle um, southwest of it, so we can get south of the cow, get the horse in as well. That's a very nice city, 3 power tiles. Um, yeah, what was I? Yeah, because we met the Vikings with a workboat, it's quite likely that he is overseas, and therefore you're getting overseas trade routes with him. And in that situation, the Great Lighthouse is, I mean, superb. It's, I don't know, probably the best wonder in the game in a situation like that. Okay, so yeah, the rice is so the rice is a bad tile. And the thing is that I want my worker to be over to the west side of my capital so that when the settler is finished, I can go and improve cow. Because obviously we want to get that city online, partly because improving power tiles is important, but also because that's where we will try to build the great lighthouse. Rome not being coastal, of course. Yes, we're getting a bit of help here from Washington. We're able to sort of push out with the warriors, and I think you can't tell whether you're fog busting the full coast. Okay, so yeah, lose the imperialistic bonus if we work that, which is a bit of a shame, so we don't. So that I think there's nothing I can really do in terms of sort of improving tiles. Um, so what I decided to do, which is not great, but you know sometimes you got to do it, is I think I'm just about to send my worker to fog bust over there and also get in position to improve the cow once the settler gets over. And then I use the warrior. Okay, yeah, we're thinking we're readjusting the settles down um, south. They're kind of preliminary um, ideas. I can't. Do I actually settle like that? I think maybe I don't actually. I can't remember. Um, No, I don't. Actually, I think about this properly later, but I think basically I'm just, at the moment, you don't want to settle there, as I realise later, because I'm going for the Great Lighthouse, I should settle everything on the coast, even if in a normal game that'd be better, because you can share the pig, and it's a plains hill settlement, and you share you save the forest, but yeah. It's a bit of fog busting here. I've some Yeah, okay. Okay, so you can see the coast now, so that's fog busted to the west, so I can relatively safely settle where I want to. The issue is dealing with that archer. Yeah, Washington is. Can you begin to see? Is there some jungle up? I think you can begin to see some jungle up there, can't you? Yeah. I think that's why it took a little while to beat Washington. Why am I doing that? Am I? Yeah, I probably want to get a better sense of where the coast is. To just check that I'm fog busting it properly. Yeah, we need some warriors down here, don't we, to deal with Arch. And I think probably, I don't know if I've realized yet, but one of the things that I sort of think about is that, ooh, warriors near Rome, nice, is that I'm in a slightly, I should push up really, shouldn't I? I can see, you know, I'll fog bust more. Am I going to move up a bit? Yes. Okay. Um, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, I think probably what oh, I can't remember. Oh yeah, so the thing is because I end up having to delay bronze working by quite a lot, it's a little bit riskier with the barbs because I can't chop or whip anything in a pinch. So I end up having to be more cautious, probably building more warriors than I ordinarily would. Because here, you'd think to the north, Washington is probably quite close. And we'll do a fairly good job of killing them. The trouble is that my whole position could collapse quite easily. So yeah, not quite sure why. Why do I move this guy back? I think it's yeah, to just get him a bit closer to the capital, just in case they go for it. So yeah, I think I'm going to try. I want to try and get that to finish at the same time as I grow, so I can then go on to I don't know another settler or a worker or something. I can't remember what I go for. We'll see in a minute. I don't think I have I checked with I haven't checked with the Americans and the Vikings have met each other yet, which is silly. Or I did check and I just wasn't paying attention. Oh, they're just about to meet, even if they haven't. I think they hadn't met each other, which made it seem even more likely that they are um, that Ragnar's on another island. Okay, yep. So we go there. Not see very much, but you know, whatever. Uh, yeah. The other thing with going for sailing is the other thing with with sailing is I can settle where I put the cross, and the cities will be connected because it'll go along the coast and then up along the coast and then along the river. So yeah, that's nice. Because commerce situation is not it's not terrible. You know, I'm working one commerce tiles. The cow has got a coin on it as well, but it's yeah, it's not amazing. Particularly given I've got to go for yeah. Okay, so we do 2 and 2, which we like. Yeah. And that's I think even better probably. I probably should have done it the other way around actually. And then if any extra hammers from the warrior, is that right? Actually, no, I think no, I think you exactly finish it, don't you? So it doesn't make any difference. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, it's gone to -3 gold, but Um, my commerce position will have improved. Okay, yeah, I've got another scout from Washington up there who's sort of helping with the hog busting. The one thing that would be nice about having the wheel here is that you'd be able to uh, improve or kind of connect well, stick two turns into the road on each of the cow, horse, wheat, etc., and then move to the other one and improve it that turn. So you kind of own it. You get the road for sort of one worker turn in a sense rather than two. But yeah, going for the wheel I think was not the right thing here. Okay, so
but you can adjust your sails.
yeah, got to go for masonry, I think, haven't we? Yeah, yeah. I mean, okay, and then we stop building that warrior, which maybe we shouldn't have built in the first place. Better. 16, 14. Is that right? I'm not sure. I'm just about to realise that should go on the coast. Well, I suppose you know, I don't know whether I've got the. I'm going to get the. What do you call it? The Great Lighthouse yet. Um, and I suspect I'm thinking about going there because I feel like although maybe the cities to the south are better, I think they probably are. Um, they're not tested. I think I'm going to work out how best to kill the archer here. Because I think, yeah, and I think I decide I need another warrior, which I don't really like because it delays the settle. But okay, yeah, so we do 4 and 4, grow to 5, size 5, leave the guy in there for the military police stop the city becoming unhappy. Um, I think we end up doing that. Yeah, lighthouse. Um, yeah, yeah. We need. I want another warrior because, as I said, I don't have bronze working, and I won't have it for uh, quite a while. Um, the thing is it's not that amazing here. I don't have any happiness to whip a lot, and I've hardly got any forests. I mean, one grew, but I think before I chose sailing, probably only 3, which doesn't really justify going for bronze working. Certainly not when you've already gone for animal husbandry. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm thinking about here. Probably the how many warriors I need and what to do with them and where to settle. But yeah, masonry is also kind of nice because it gets the marble and plains cow marble with an imperialistic leader means that you can build settlers pretty quickly out of what's not a very good city um, or anything else. Okay. Yeah, so I think I'm mulling over how to deal with the warrior. I suppose how to deal with the archer. Yeah, I'm not very happy about having to build another warrior. Okay, so yeah, it is true. I do kind of need workers, don't I? NCM definitely needs some work on it. Although it feels like a settler is more important, to be honest. Maybe not. Yeah, Stonehenge built. Right, yeah, so we're sending those warriors down. I sort of want to move out, don't I? But I don't think I can. Ragnar's no longer worse than me in Washington. Maybe I never. I remember having checked that whether they'd met each other. Maybe I did. I just was talking about something else on the video, but yeah. I mean, we know that there's someone else, which again means that the Great Lighthouse seems even more uh, appealing. Oh yeah, and we cheer Washington send units south to potentially kill that archer. Which would be superb if he could find it in his heart to do that. Yeah. So I guess we want the hammer overflow more than the extra commerce. I think that must be the conclusion I reached, which I think I would stand by that. Um, yeah, I think probably just building a pasture on the pig was right. Like growing is proving to be quite nice here. It gives me a bit more flexibility. So the thing I realize here is that although I should probably win, what will happen is if I don't, is that I will then have to attack the archer in a forest. So even if he's wounded, I probably won't get amazing odds. And if I lose 2 fights, then he's going to get promoted. So I pull back. The other thing is that I kind of hope that Washington's warrior will fight him, and although he probably won't win, he might scratch him a bit, and the archer will get maybe a promotion. Not sure actually, because it should have such good odds. I guess maybe if it's on the hill or something. Yeah, so I pull back. I think I decide that the best thing to do is just wait for him to come in. As you know, I think now I realise that I have a little bit of a problem in that if he goes for Rome, that's good. If he goes for Antium, that's bad because Antium's not on a hill and doesn't have cultural protections. The odds are you get much better odds. But I think I realised I need to kind of get between 2 cities so that I can go to whichever one he goes towards. I'm also, I think, cheering on Washington's archer and hoping that that is coming south. Here, I sort of want to push out, but I clearly can't. Yep. We don't want to improve food, I don't think, because I need hammers, basically. I'm not going to get this to size 4, because that would need a warrior for happiness. So what I want to do is improve the horse and then build a mine on the Plains Hill and just at size 3 try and build the Great Lighthouse. Yeah, what are we doing here? I think so we push here again. I think that's mainly to discourage him from going towards Antium, because that's harder to defend. Also, he'd smash or he'd potentially smash what do you call it? The horse. And I've already got a guy in Rome. Okay, so he's heading towards Rome. So what we do now, one guy goes northeast, I think. Does the other guy go down to Fogbust? Yeah. Okay, so I think this bit to the south is now fully Fogbusted. I'll get 2 guys into Rome. He's also wounded, isn't he, a bit? I didn't quite catch that. Was it 2 point something? I think he's combat 1, but 2 point something health. So 2 warriors on a hill with 20% culture. You get the yeah, and also I can do this. So I think do I put enough hammers in to be able to uh, get it in 1 turn if I really need to? Yeah, 2.2. I mean, there's no way that he should be able to. It's very unlikely that he'll beat 1. Um, if he does beat 1, then obviously you have to build the second warrior because even though you've got great odds, it's not odds that you want to bet the whole game on. Lose the capital and it's game over. Yeah, and he's coming, isn't he? Washington looks like he's too late. But yeah, we get onto here. Okay, that is busted. What are we doing here? Why do we? Okay. I mean, whatever. Really, it doesn't make any difference, does it? Particularly. Um, yeah, so we think he's coming in. I sort of another reason maybe to have not improved the rice. I can't remember if I thought about that particularly. Um, I think we want to do that, don't we? We just work the food and the hammer to try and get to size 3. Okay. Uh, We really should win this, but yeah, I think we have to put enough hammers in to be able to. Yeah, and it's not very nice. We put 8 in, then right, yeah, I can. Yeah, I need to put 7 in so that I can work the maximum of 8 next turn, if necessary, to finish it in 1 turn. Yeah, I want to push out, but I shouldn't. Oh, another fish. That's nice. Um, yeah, I could do that. I don't. Or yeah, I could do that. I mean, these are things that can be decided. Yeah, later, but that is an option, isn't it? Um, yeah, so get the lighthouse. Or we can start building a great lighthouse hopefully fairly soon. Yep, and we win that, which makes me very happy. Then you do that. And now, yeah, it's all good to the south. So we can send that guy forward. Can we get that? Pretty close, yeah. Never going to finish that warrior, I don't think. Yeah, and then I think about improving that, and then I realise that actually you just need to mine it, don't you? So I guess I'm going to get masonry too early, but you know, it is how it is. I'll probably take the warrior out of the queue just to stop me from accidentally putting turns into that once we have built the lighthouse, because annoyingly you can't put building which requires a prerequisite to be built into the build queue until you've actually
It is
finished
from their foes,
that
not
building.
their friends,
Or the
that
prerequisite
Civic
building, you
handle the
can't just
Senate
put,
building high
say, a
water.
factory into the build queue and then put coal plant in after, for some reason. It's just not the most annoying thing in the world, but sometimes I do wish that you could, so that yeah, you don't get so many notifications, particularly when you're industrializing in like a 20 city empire. Okay, yeah. So I think we go for bronze working next because, well, we need the production. Commerce is not abominable. Um, feel like I need to catch up a little bit on expansion, although it's not going too badly. I think also I should be able to get bronze working in time to be able to chop into Great Lighthouse, and there's one forest to the south of Antium, and then also the one in the gap along the river in the gap between the culture of Antium and Rome will end up being within the borders by the time that we got bronze working, because I'm gonna get a border pop in 4 turns, I think, from Rome, 1051, I think. So yeah, if you chop those into Great Lighthouse, that could be the difference between getting it and not getting it. Yeah, so we're pushing out, seeing what's there. Okay, sort of realised that there's not that much, I think. There's nothing there. Um, I think I'm not feeling very adventurous at the moment in terms of how far I push out because, yeah, it's a massive pain. Okay, so America goes in, well, it's a massive pain anyone dies because I've got other stuff that I want to be building. Uh, and as I said, I still can't whip in an emergency. Okay, so Washington converts to Christianity, so he's not the founder. And Washington, Vikings don't have it, so yeah, we definitely know. We already knew that there was someone else, because Vikings don't like Washington, but he's not their worst enemy. So, or the other way around, I can't remember. But yeah, we know that we're on the same continent, or well, or we can at least meet the founder of Christianity. Yes, I think we settle on bronze working. Fairly sure we do. Yeah, and we'll get the lighthouse fairly quickly, and we will grow, and then we'll be able to work that mine, and then it'll be what, 2 hammers from the cow, 4 from the mine, 4 from the horse, and 1 city centre. So yeah, that's 11 base hammers and industrious. So what that's going to be, 16 hammers a turn into the Great Lighthouse, which is not too bad. And they're kind of useful techs as well. I think the problem, yeah, I push out a bit there because I think you kind of got to, haven't you? I don't take a risk there. Okay, yeah, which is probably sensible. I think, yeah, I need to know what's going on here. Whether I'm just about to get bar brushed before I move my um, settler up. I think that's what I concluded. Yeah, I'm just about to get a border pop. And then, yeah, I started putting turns into a settler, but that was a mistake. It should have been a worker because I think I've only got 1 at the moment. Yeah, I think here I possibly struggle a bit to work out whether or not I should actually settle. It'll be connected because of sailing, but it can't really work any good tiles. Can't work any improved tiles, and it can't even work something like an I don't know, floodplain or something like that. Yeah, and what's quite annoying is I could get over there to improve the cow, but as you saw, it'd take a long time, like 4 or 5 turns. And then it'd take 4 or 5 turns to get back. And I want to be able to start chopping once I've got bronze working. So yeah, I'm just a bit lost what to do. I don't know whether I should just improve that, but the trouble is, I know that I won't work it. So yeah, what do we do? I think we do end up going over there and just putting some turns into cow. Then maybe we use the worker in Rome to go and chop. I have a feeling that I send the worker over, put like 1 turn into the cow and then send him back. Here, I think I realised with the border pop, actually, I can push out a bit more. And also, having seen the gems, pushing out makes sense. So I think we move up 1, don't we? Yeah, but we check first. Okay, and then I think we have to check northeast, don't we? Yeah, okay. That's looking okay, actually. We're hopefully relatively safe. It's weird there's this jungle tile surrounded by forest. Whatever. Yeah, okay. Slows the worker down. Does that slow the worker down? No, it doesn't, does it? Still 4 turns, and commerce is important. So yeah, I can't. 13 turns, yeah. That could be even quicker. 12 turns. Yeah, if we can chop. Yeah, it's quite annoying. That cow is so far away from. Yeah, I moved there just because there's only sort of 1 tile where you don't really know what's going on. So it feels slightly safer. I think I can't work out whether to settle yet because it would almost certainly delay bronze working. So I think for now, I think I don't. I think as what normally happens in the idea, then I just decide, fuck it, do it, and then I'd slightly regret it. Okay, yeah, so we end up just working coast. Yeah, I think it doesn't make a lot of difference. Maybe I end up getting bronze working a turn later. I'm sure. Okay, so we do some like pretty late fail golding, I think. Or do we go for no work, but yeah, for exploring actually, because obviously I need to meet people to get something out of the trade routes, because I still haven't worked out where anybody is. See how we can get that. Yeah, it would have been better if hadn't started building that settler. Then that worker would have been finished, and I might have been able to. Okay, yeah, we don't like that, do we? Uh, hmm, hmm, yeah. How do we deal with that? I think we hope. Well, we hope. Oh, okay. Vikings are plotting. Oh dear. Um, I mean, he hates Washington and someone else, so chances are it's Washington or someone else. Particularly if he's on another continent, he probably can't even reach me. So I think the chance of it being him is very low. But, not impossible. Yeah. So we're putting some turns into pasture, but yeah, how many is the question? 'Cause, yeah, I really need to just so the get bronze working. Is it, yeah, I need to get bronze working as soon as possible to have chance to chop the any forest and actually. Okay, yeah, so we don't get the warrior out because we're scared about what we've seen up north. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, I think I just moved this guy over to the forest south of Antium. Is that what we do? I think it is. Yeah, so we can if we can get it in, I think we get it in before turns. I don't think I have time to move him over, and I think I decide that this guy should just come back. Yeah, because although it's really inefficient, it will save one turn. And if that's the difference between getting the Great Lighthouse and not getting it, I think it means that I would get it like turn 61, maybe. Does that look right? Yeah, I think that might be right. Turn 61. And that, yeah, is you should get it most of the time. And yeah, okay, so I'm just looking here and just doing the maths, and I do conclude that, yeah, like each chop is, like almost it's over a turn worth of uh hammers. So I think you have to do it. I don't like it, but I think it's worth it. Yeah, this is yeah, just don't know what to say. I think I was trying to do some maths, but that's ultimately where we end up. Um, we do here, yeah. So we're sending it back. I suspect I'm complaining about this. I still feel bad about it seeing it now. Not finishing that cow. Um, we can get it in two, can't we? Yeah, surely. I think we just buck ham, and we can probably do some sort of quite distressing thing is working extra commerce to get it next turn. Rick will be unhappy. I don't. I feel awful about. Yeah, we don't have to do it. I think we need to get the warrior out, don't we? We just accept it's going to grow into unhappiness. I mean, it is what it is. Yeah, no one's got it yet. We like that. To be honest, actually, the wonders, I think, are not going that fast. If the Great Wall still hasn't gone, not sure if I had noticed that at the time, possibly, but actually, yeah, that is promising. Okay. What do I do here? I think I do get the warrior out, don't I? 'Cause I'm scared still of what might be up there. And it tastes quite okay. Okay.
It is entirely
Yeah, so we
seemly
become
for a young
unhappy, but
man killed in battle to lie mangled by the bronze spear. In his death, all things appear fair.
thank you, Leonard. What a legend. Um, yeah. Yeah, you have to go wheel pottery now, really, don't you? Yeah, so I'm unhappy, but I need to push out. You need to chop that. You need to chop that. Um, okay. And yeah, there's copper. Kind of a nice tile. We do that to try and grow, but still. Yeah, I want the workboat, don't I? Don't know why I don't put that on the going for do food one hammer. Why don't I put that on the cow? Station of it being an FA settler. Do we want a settler? Ooh, I'm not sure. Do we need more workers? I think I'd probably go for a settler, don't I? Yeah, I'm sort of wondering. The thing is the land to the south is better, um, safer, but it's also uncontested. Okay, yeah, so I can getting close to being able to see his research. Like the copper to the north, there's no food, but actually it's a three-hammer city centre tile, which is really nice. Yep, still no one's got it. Uh, Still a little way from being able to get the wheel. I wonder if I didn't really think about it probably at this point, partly because I'd already turned into the wheel before going to sailing when I met Ragnar, but I think I should have thought about whether or not to just go straight for writing, on the basis that commerce you get from opening borders, is so important when you've got great Lighthouse, which I'm just about to get right. Does this chop finish it? I think it does. Yeah, so okay, I get it, turn 60. Is that right? Yeah, turn 60. That's pretty good. I don't know. You get it like 80, 90% of the time. 80% probably. It's a wonder that can go stupidly early, which is why it's not one that I really like building my sort of game around. But it's just, as I said, like with Imperialistic, I got 3 cities on turn, um, 60, like block land. It's, I could easily stick one to share the cow north of Antium. I've got 2 to the south. I'm likely to be able to get more to the north, but yeah, you're looking at sort of 6 cities, I think. Yeah, I'm deciding not to improve that now because I can't really grow and I've got better things to be doing with my worker. Sort of shopping and also, yeah, so I think I whip the settler into worker. I think that's what we do, isn't it? Yeah, the land to the south is better, isn't it? But yeah, I'm just not going to improve that. I'm not going to work it anytime soon. I don't have happiness to whip. I think we probably one pop whip a worker, don't we? Maybe I do end up improving it, and maybe we then improve it with that worker. I can't remember. That would seem like a sensible thing to do, but I need to get over, improve the cow, quarry the marble, chop the forest around Rome, and then eventually, start building more cottages and all of that, I think is more important. Yes. Ah, behold. It could be such a good wonder. I can't see any islands yet, which is a bit of a shame. But, you know, if the Vikings are overseas, it doesn't really matter. Got that. But yeah, okay. I think we're coming towards the end of the video. I feel like we are. I probably did stop after getting the Great Lighthouse. Partly because I need to work. I also need to work out what to do with my workers, but I think we revolt now into slavery, don't we? I'm not anywhere near getting what do you call it? Monarchy. I do need to try to catch up on expansion a bit, particularly now we've got the Great Lighthouse, because I just want to stick settlers all along the coast, even in the most marginal of spots. So we can't wait on bronze work, or we can't wait on slavery, and we need to we can't wait to do a double switch. We've just got to do it now. I don't know. Yeah, we see some coast up there, can't I? I think yeah, maybe I can stick something there, possibly work the copper. I didn't quite see. I'm not sure if I can tell what shape coast is yet. Yeah. Okay. I'm just about to. I think probably just wittering on at the moment about what to do with my workers, and then so that I'll think about it offline, which I think is probably what I did. Yeah. I guess do I maybe play one more? I think maybe I play one more turn to yeah, do the whip. I probably need to think about where this settlers are going to go actually as well. Whether I want to push out a bit more or not. Also, I need more work. I need another workboat, don't I? Maybe I should be building that in Antium. I wonder if I decide to do that. I might do actually. I don't remember. But yeah, okay. I want to move these guys. Move stuff around. Why do I think about chopping that? Why would it? Ah, yeah, because I'm going to get a border pop from the Great Lighthouse, aren't I? Yeah, I think I want to chop that into the worker or a workboat. Yeah, I think that's probably what I decide to do, isn't it? Yeah, because it's obviously really important that I now meet people having gotten this wonder. Yeah, can't do any clever sticker turn into something thing really. Nope. Yeah, and I don't want to improve that, so I'm not going to work it. Okay, cheers. Just getting to the end of the video here. So yeah, thanks for watching, and see you next time for some As We Go commentary.